Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Today we are looking at Archie and Lilibet. Reason being, their mother has put them on Instagram again. So much for their privacy. I think we're entitled to dig around and inquire about certain strange things that puzzle us about the children. Today's strange thing in this first reading is Lilibet's weird voice that many people are speculating is AI generated. I have the cute ghost tarot on the tarot table because these children, 5 and 3, nearly 6 and 4 at this stage, very soon to be 6 for Archie, and Lilibet, some people say, is already 4, depends when you believe she was born. Cough, cough. Anyway, we haven't seen them. That's why we have the cute ghost tarot. We see little hands, we see backs of heads, and now we hear ghostly voices. Ghostly voices. Archie feeding the koi, and then Lilibet helping in the kitchen. And I found this rather dubious for various reasons. First of all, she's clearly very ill. She has a very bad chest infection. Or asthma or something like that. Very blocked up, stuffy nose. Megan spent quite a bit of time telling how, I think in the New York interview, I can't remember when it was because I don't listen. I see what other people, little clips people post. Her voice makes my ears bleed. But telling how, whoever it was, how she'd spent the night up because one had RSV and the other had influenza A, and she spent the night up with them with cough syrup and back rubs and then sent them off to school the next day. Now, Lilibet, as I say, seems really quite ill. But that didn't stop Megan from going to New York to have that times 100 interview. And it doesn't stop Megan from having her in the kitchen, hanging her dripping nose over jam that Megan is making in the kitchen. And it's not very hygienic, I don't think, especially if you're selling your jam commercially, don't you think? So 2 things that bothered me: Lilibet's health and the seeming indifference to it, and then food hygiene, basic food hygiene. So that's, by the way, that's a little rant. The real issue is, was that really her voice? Archie's, I think we can agree, yeah, that was Archie feeding the fish. But Lilibet, she sounded like a 1950s child, generated by AI. A very sort of prim little sentence, "I think it's beautiful," when she was asked about the jam. And of course, never mind boiling sugar. And a 3 or almost 4-year-old. Anyway, I think it's beautiful. Seemed a bit of an odd response to the question about the jam that she was asked. So really, her voice? Really her line, or was she coached? I know these things are trivial, but they speak to a larger issue with Megan and her children, that her interactions with them just seem so weird and unnatural. And if a child sounded like that in my house, they would not be in the kitchen hanging over the food. I would be taking care of the child and not interrogating the child about the jam. So that's just my opinion. Okay, let's see. Forgot to put the cards on the table because I'm so incensed by this. More and more incensed. I've spent the day gardening. I'm covered in scratches because I was moving spiky plants. So if you see scratches on my arms, no, it's not me having a moment I shouldn't laugh, of self-harm, not at all. It's gardening injuries. We don't all garden like Megan does in white clothes with little baskets and straw hats and skipping about barefoot in the rose bushes. Anyway, okay, let's see what's going on with these kids. Well, not these kids, with Lilibet. I'm going to ask why we don't see them. Some people suspect suspect that it's because Meghan is less than thrilled with their appearance. But we're going to ask the question. Could be Harry putting his foot down. What foot he's got left to put down. And we're going to ask if it was really Lilibet's voice, and if she came up with that line by herself, or if she was coached to come up with that line, or had to practice the line. Don't know. And I want to know finally in this reading, has Meghan left it too late with these children? She's merching them for all her worth, trying to get clicks on Instagram with them. Merching is possibly the wrong word, but she's exploiting them. I think that's a better word, and that is my opinion, to try and generate interest on Instagram. But nobody cares. I'm doing this reading because there is a very obviously ill child in the kitchen who should be in bed or somewhere, doctors or something, my opinion. Page of Coins in reverse, children. Just as I'm going on about exploiting children on Instagram, we get a very Instagram-y kind of a card, the Page of Coins. Let's remind you, it's tarot, and it's all about entertainment, and it's all my opinion, and it's all speculation, and I read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So Page of Coins in reverse, Instagram, and clicks and monetization, but it's not working. Child card, Page of Coins, generally an earth sign child. As I say, we really don't know when Lilibet was actually born, because there are quite strong rumors that say she was born earlier in the year rather than the middle of the year. Rumors, of course, and a lot of strangeness around her birth as well as Archie's. So we have children, we have a money card, Page of Coins, we have trying to monetize, trying to exploit, we have social media, putting on social media, trying to get some traction, trying to get some interest, but the card is in reverse. It kind of answers my question whether Meghan has maybe left it too late. Everyone, of course, was absolutely delighted to see little Prince Louis on his 7th birthday, jumping and looking so cute and without his front teeth. Meghan desperately trying to compete, but she can't compete if she doesn't show the children, and we don't know who they are, and we basically don't care. Page of Coins in reverse. So let's move along and see what the actual story is that I'm looking at today. 3 of Cups in reverse. This is meant to be the hang out and have good times. This was the cozy weekend thing that Meghan put up on her Instagram. And yeah, you could have fooled me. It didn't look that cozy. It might not even, the koi pond might not even have been at Mudslide Mansion, according to internet sleuths. I don't know, can't say. But it didn't look cozy. 3 of Cups upright would be cozy weekend. Hanging out with your friends, your family, having a good time, playful, happy energy, friendly energy. It's in reverse. So whatever she's trying to convey to us, and it's interesting that there are 3 cups there, and there are 3. Has-been was being a living legend of aviation over the weekend, so no sign of him. It was all Meghan's doing and the kids, so the 3 of them. No sign of Doria, no sign of anyone else. It looked sad, it looked lonely. Her interaction, particularly with Lilibet in the kitchen, struck me as very strange. Quite a cold voice from Meghan, and as I say, there's a weird artificial sounding voice from Lilibet with a weird over elaborate response that I don't think is age appropriate, but that's just me, it's just my opinion. We'll see. So we're going to ask, first of all, why don't we see these children? Why don't we see their faces? Why haven't we been allowed to get to know them like we have the Wales kids? We got the Page of Blades, and this is almost like a suspicious card. The Page of Blades or Swords is wary, is on the defensive, is braced for incoming kind of criticism, things like that. It's because she doesn't want the criticism that might come. Now, she's quite happy to allow or encourage or not stop, depending on your point of view, her sugars from attacking the Wales children, and they were particularly vile about Prince Louis a few years ago when he was at the Platinum Jubilee and he was having a bit of a moment. A long day, lots of sweets, lots of sugar, and lots of attention, and he was acting out, and they said all kinds of horrific things about him. Reap the whirlwind, Page of Blades. If you allow people to attack your children's cousins in that kind of a way, some of it's going to come back to you at some stage. And so I think that's what's going on. I don't think it's Harry. If it was Harry, we would have seen him show up here. I think he's given up. I think he's resigned himself to the fact that at some stage his children are going to be all over Instagram, with price tags on them just about. I'm being extreme, but we do seem to be tending in that direction. But the Page of Blades tells me that she is braced for criticism, for people to say unkind things, and she won't really know how to respond to that. She does not like criticism herself, quite happy to give it, not so happy to receive it. That for me is the Page of Blades energy. That is my opinion about why we haven't seen the kids yet. She's not ready for the kind of cruel barbs that might come her way and their way. And well, for once I agree with her, but it can be managed. The Wales family have managed their kids' media exposure very, very well. All Meghan and Harry had to do was to copy what the Wales family did, in my opinion. So let's see, was that really Lilibet's voice? Sounded like a 1950s child, with a very severe head cold and possibly asthma. Was it Five of Cups? We've got the Sorrow card, which is very strange. Very, very. I'm asking, was it Lily's voice? And I get the Five of Cups. There's a great mystery around this child. The Five of Cups tells me there's all kinds of sorrow. There's all kinds of regret and remorse around this child. And again, questions of parentage that haven't been fully answered, all kinds of rumors about her and her true paternity, origins, DNA, all that kind of stuff. There's something strange there with the Five of Cups. Something strange. I don't know whose little hands. Could have been anyone's little hands. We've seen those little hands around and about. Similar looking hands, but could be anyone's hands, could be a friend's child's hands. We don't know those are Lilibet's hands. We have no way of knowing that because we don't know what she looks like, basically. There is something very strange going on there. We've got the Three Cups spilled, we've got the Three Cups in reverse, and we've got tears. We've got Two Cups in the background, but we've got some problem with this child. I don't think it was her voice. I think that it was AI generated, although whatever child this was did have, as I keep saying, a very bad cold at the very least, although Meghan did tell us it was much more serious, the ailments that the children were suffering from, that she was quite okay to leave them behind and fly to New York and have that silly interview that no one cared about. So how about the line? I think it's beautiful. That line. Was it a genuine line, or was there coaching of whoever said this, or whatever was going on, or copywriting? I've got the High Priestess, and it's in reverse. A very strong energy of manipulation that comes through for me with the High Priestess when I do these royal readings, of just NLP, hypnotism in some cases, using gestures to coach, to guide, to influence people with the High Priestess. I get that kind of a thing. That card, High Priestess, does tell me that there was some influence over the response. It is the card of mysteries, the card supposedly of intuition, mysteries, initiation, all of that kind of stuff. In reverse, I just feel that it's quite nefarious and undue influence. That is my opinion. And I do think, because I've got the High Priestess in reverse, I think that they might have, if it was Lilibet, and I have some doubts because of that Five of Cups, I suspect that there were some practice rounds or some coaching or some getting it right on AI. That's my opinion. I think the High Priestess could represent AI. I've never thought about it in tarot terms before, never needed to, but yeah, it's possible for me that the High Priestess could represent AI because it's sort of voice in a box. It's Deus Ex Machina. It's not just you and me. It's not just normal people. It's more mysterious. It's more esoteric. Yeah, it's still strange to us, AI. Maybe one day it won't be strange, but right now, to me, it's still very mysterious and a little bit scary. High Priestess. So, okay, mysteries around this child and her voice, definitely. Has Megan left it too late for people to care about her children? When she finally does pull the curtain and do the big reveal, is anyone going to actually care about them? I've got the Seven of Blades in reverse. That's the exposure card, and it's not good exposure. It's a thief card traditionally in tarot when it's upright. The Seven of Blades, Seven of Swords, making off with something that's not yours. Disappearing act. It's a coward energy in there. It's shadiness. It's a very dodgy card, the Seven of Blades. It's in reverse, which means exposure, revelations. If she does this, she's going to risk all kinds of consequences that she's not ready for. And we know that because of the Page of Blades sitting above it. People might say, well, those aren't the children we saw in that photo or that video or that holiday, or bouncing on your knee while you were reading an age-inappropriate book. And the child was just desperate to fling themselves off and go crawl on the floor. She risks a tremendous amount of real exposure and consequences from that. Whatever game she's played, and she has played a game in my opinion, and I think it's quite gleeful the way she has played this game and tricked people and deceived people. I believe, my personal opinion, that she has deceived people, the public, the wider public, possibly the royals, but I think quite gleefully. I think she's enjoyed this game that she's played, but it might not go so well for her. The moment of truth comes finally, and we do finally see the children. We might not see much Spencer in them, for instance. We might see too much Markle, or we might see no Markle or no Spencer, and that will be even more weird, or Windsor. And then there will be questions asked. So interesting, a little mystery in this reading, as random and rather silly as it seems. There is a mystery in here which we haven't yet got to the heart of. That is the reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.